Good afternoon on this rainy day. My name is Pastor Mark Manning, and I've come to you this week as we prepare for a lesson from Acts this weekend, where we have Saul, otherwise known as Paul, traveling to Damascus. And so I want to talk a little bit about this place called Damascus. We hear about it in this journey that he has, and he's traveling there from Jerusalem. This is about a 130 to 150 mile trip. By foot, it takes about a week, depending more or less, depending on the weather and the terrain. And he's traveling there with several companions from Jerusalem to Damascus, to their synagogue there. He has letters which would give him the authority as a Pharisee on behalf of the Sanhedrin to go and arrest believers in Jesus. They're called believers of the way. Jesus is the way. And to bring them back in chains, bound at very least, bound to Jerusalem for a trial of some sorts before the Sanhedrin, the religious court of the Jews. Damascus is Damascus is the oldest known capital in the world. It's the capital now of Syria, and it has been a capital for many, many years. As early as 6,000 to 9,000 BC, there's evidence of habitation there. And in the 15th century before Jesus, it is first named and first recognized as a capital. So it's been a capital for almost 3,500 years, and it's been inhabited for nearly 9,000 years. It's located in the foothills of the Lebanon Mountains. Lebanon is on the Mediterranean Sea, and as you head east and to the south of Lebanon, you reach a line of mountains, and that separates Lebanon from Syria. And on the east side of these mountains, and what's called the rain shadow, because the clouds and weather systems have dropped all of their moisture on the west side of these mountains. You get to the other side, it's very dry, and this is where Damascus was built. And it's been built, of course, over many, many thousands of years. There are distinct neighborhoods in this city. There's the ancient city, which is excavated and is many, many, many layers down. And then there's a city which is the city from the Middle Ages, which is a somewhat different area. It's in addition to the ancient city. And then there's the more modern, well, we would use the word in our modern parlance, we would use the word suburb. And what these are is they are areas of Damascus that have been growing in the last 200 years, 100 years even, and are part of a much larger city. And the thing that's very important for us to remember most currently is that Damascus is not a great place to be right now. For the last 10 years or so, there's been civil war in Syria between government forces and rebel forces, and Damascus has been the scene of lots of fighting, lots of destruction, and because of that, it's not a safe place to be, and it's not a very prosperous place to be, unlike some of the other cities in the Middle East. And so as we hear about Paul going to Damascus, we need to be aware that it has been, since the time of Paul and well before, an ancient, very important city. And of course, it's not his final destination because he does return. Well, we hope to see you as well as returning this coming Sunday after these past 2 Sundays of Easter to be with us this